India, backed by China, is trying to build a consensus within the G20 group to let countries choose a roadmap to cut carbon emissions instead of setting a deadline to end the use of fossil fuels. That's what Indian government officials have informed. In an exclusive report by Reuters, India, the current G20 president, is keen on introducing the phrase multiple energy pathways in a communique to be released at the group summit in September, supported by countries including China and South Africa. That's according to the officials. However, the officials declined to be identified since they were not authorized to speak to the media. Multiple pathways for energy transition would enable countries to choose resources, even coal, while working towards plans on net zero emissions. At a meeting of the G20 Energy Transitions Working Group in the western state of Gujarat last month, India opposed a deadline proposed by rich nations to end the use of coal. Coal accounts for nearly 3/4 of India's annual electricity generation, according to government data. And New Delhi has long defended its use of the fuel, citing lower emissions per capita compared to other countries. China supported India during this meeting, saying that it cannot put a timeline on ending fossil fuel dependence and would want to put all its available resources to optimum use. The two countries are the top two consumers of coal in the world. Climate ministers from the group of 7 wealthy nations agreed last month to accelerate the phase-out of unabated fossil fuels so as to achieve net zero in energy systems by 2050 at the latest. Now, officials said that it was the first time India used the phrase multiple pathways in global climate negotiations against repeated demands by Western nations to end coal usage. India and China, the world's two most populous countries, have often taken common positions at international climate change negotiations despite long-standing border disputes. In March, the European Union agreed to promote a global fossil fuel phase-out ahead of the COP28 summit in Dubai in November. Delhi will host a summit of G20 leaders, including US President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping, in September. Officials are meeting in the run-up to that meeting to finalize the group's position on global issues, including climate change. The G20 includes the G7 countries as well as Russia, China, India, Brazil, Australia and Saudi Arabia, among other nations.